So one of the things you might notice is those lovely curved booms that take it down to the bucket there. That gives me great visibility as I look over the hood here. I can really see what I'm doing. So let's just crank it up and we'll show you what it does. So I just pull back the lever and look how ergonomically easy that is. I pull it back and I'm lifting up. That's going to take that up. Total height there is about 1.7 meters. If I then want to tip it in, you can see that comes down. That's about a 1.3, 1.4 meter at the bottom of the bucket there. So easily enough to get it into a skip or something like that. Really ergonomically friendly and easy to operate. We've also got some other accessories we could put on here. Pallet forks, we've got a hay grab, bale spike, all sorts of other things. And we're going to give this a workout right now. So driving a tractor with a front end loader is not my day job, so please bear with me as I give this a go. But we got some grass clippings here. We're just going to move that pile around a little bit. So let's see how we get on. So first of all, it's relatively easy to control. I just lift and lower like that. So I take the handbrake off. I've already got my seatbelt on. So I'm just going to go into the pile, and you can see I can just pull that up, no problem. And then I'm just going to drop it over here. So just very easy. I'm just going to move the lever from side to side. And even a novice like me can pretty much cope with moving pretty much significant amounts of material around. It's just not a problem. Now the ergonomic controls and the ease of use just make this a doddle. So you can see here the seat, it's a suspension seat, and I can adjust how much it will bounce depending on the weight of the individual, so I can increase or decrease that. I can also push it forwards and backwards. One of the other things I can do to get myself comfortable when I'm in the seat is to be able to move the steering wheel, and that can slot backwards and forwards, so you can get it in a really comfortable position for when you're driving. Nice automotive style gauges here, just temperature of the engine, RPM, and how much fuel you've got. Over here we've got a hazard light. It is wired in for a beacon, although we haven't got a beacon fitted. And then you've got your horn indicators and light switches here. You may notice as you look over this side, this is the throttle, and then we have a brake and a forward and reverse, because this is a hydrostatically driven tractor. So to make things easier on the controls, anything yellow is to do with the power takeoff system. So here we have the lever which controls the rear PTO, because we've got a PTO on the rear that runs at 540 RPM. This lever here controls the mid-mount PTO, because we've got another PTO right going to the deck underneath there, and that runs at a 2000 RPM. And then this is basically the on, off and neutral switch for either PTO that you're using. So anything yellow is PTO. Then you move to orange. Anything orange is to do with the forward motion or stopping of the tractor. So our handbrake here is in orange. I mentioned earlier the throttle is at the front, also in orange. You can see this little lever here, that's the four-wheel drive lever. If I throw that forwards, it puts the machine into four-wheel drive. If I pull it back as it is at the moment, then that's only in two-wheel drive. And the final orange lever is this one over here, which is the different speeds that we can go. So this is in neutral at the moment. As we said, it's hydrostatic. I can put it in low-speed hydrostatic or high-speed hydrostatic. To start the machine, you must be in neutral. So you can notice here we've got three levers. This is two double-acting spool valves and a tipping valve, and we'll show you at the back where they come up. So a lot of hydraulic functionality available. Obviously we've got the normal 3-point linkage, category 1 at the back, and I can lift and lower the linkage by that. There's another control here actually where I can speed up how quickly the rear forks are going up and down, and there are certain applications where you maybe want it to move quickly and others where you want it to move slowly, so you can adjust that there. Final controls you can see here on the floor are the height control for the deck. So once you've got a deck fitted to this, you don't have to muck about with the deck underneath. You can actually control the height of cut just from this little lever here. And the final thing you can probably see is there's one more lever there, which is the diff lock. So in really extreme conditions, you might have to lock the diffs to give you maximum traction. So another couple of things we got here, little storage area. That's actually got a 12-volt charger in it, so you can charge up your phone or whatever, and there's a room there to pop a mobile phone in there. We've got a nice big fuel cap there, so when you're pouring fuel in, it doesn't spill everywhere. One other nice little feature here, you may notice we've got the lights here. Obviously it's a road legal tractor. Here you can see we've bolted the lights inside the ROPS, which is great for this kind of application where you don't want to bang them against a tree, but you can actually bolt them on the outside, which is what you really need to do if you're going to run this machine on the road. They should be on the outside to make it fully road legal. This is where those hydraulic ports come out. We discussed we've got 2 double-acting spool valves plus a lift lower, and that's those at the back there. And here you can see the category 1 3-point linkage. We've got 540 kilos of lift at the ball ends, and we're going to fit some attachments to this later, and it's amazing what this machine will lift. Also got a tow bar there that will tow 100 kilos unbraked or 1,000 kilos braked at the back there. So let's have a look under the hood and see what we've got in the way of an engine here. Now you'll notice that as I open it, actually the front end loader doesn't really get in my way. I do have to use a key, like a little tool here, to actually press in the side there. That releases the bonnet catch, so I can actually open it up and get at the engine here. And we'll go through the accessibility to the engine in a moment. But just to go back to basics, this is a 1.1 litre engine generating 23 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesel made by Iseki. Now, that 1.1 litre is really important. We have a big displacement engine that we turn relatively slowly and generates tons of torque. Some other machines, they put in a tiny little engine, sort of 800-900 cc, that then have to thrash around at 3,000 or 4,000 revs per minute to try and get some power out of that. That's never been our way. We always have large displacement engines which generate a lot of torque. Now once you have opened the hood, you can see relatively easy to get to. There's a little bug screen here I can pull out. That keeps the radiator nice and clean and therefore cool. Radiator is here, air cleaner's here, oil filter down there. Pretty much everything is open and easy to get.